Right, back in front of my bookshelf, but I've got decorations, I've got the lights on, I'm wearing a Jingle All the Way t-shirt, so let's talk about Christmas. Hey book lovers, Victoria here and you're watching My Books and Me. Today I'm going to be just doing something a little bit different and not really bookish related. I'm going to be talking about my top 5 Christmas movies. There are quite a lot of Christmas movies. They always seem to bring out a few new ones each year, and I have quite an extensive, well not really extensive, I have a reasonable DVD collection of Christmas movies. So this is my current DVD collection. There are 18 movies here, and I actually have recently ordered 2 more which will be here prior to Christmas, and I will be watching them. So I'm planning to watch all of these this Christmas. I'm going to probably start on Sunday, maybe watch one in the afternoon and one in the evening, I'm not quite sure. Definitely going to be watching a majority of these this year. It's always my goal to watch a majority, if not all of them, at Christmas time. So like I said, there are 18 movies in that stack, and I have narrowed it down to 5, although I have got 3 honourable mentions. So the first honourable mention is The Holiday, which stars Cameron Diaz, Kate Winslet, Jude Law and Jack Black, and it's just a really fun holiday movie. Definitely more on the adult side of Christmas, but definitely really enjoyable. And the next one is The Polar Express, which stars Tom Hanks. It's a fun movie. And finally, the last honourable mention is Arthur Christmas, which stars James McAvoy and Hugh Laurie. It's just, again, a really fun movie. I highly recommend it. So now on to the top 5. These aren't in any particular order, and for the first 2 I'm kind of cheating because they are part of series. The first one is the Santa Claus trilogy, so you've got Santa Claus 1, Santa Claus 2 and Santa Claus 3, The Escape Clause. And this is such a fun trilogy. I always make sure I watch all 3 movies at Christmas time. The first one is my favourite of the trilogy, followed then by the third one and then the second one. I didn't really enjoy the second one as much, but it was still really fun. This, if you don't know, this is about a guy played by Tim Allen, who is, what's his name? Scott, who on Christmas Eve, his son is staying with him, and they find Santa Claus up on his roof, accidentally disturb him, and Santa falls off and dies, and then Scott gets into Santa's suit and becomes the new Santa, and he has to finish delivering the presents, and then throughout the year he transforms into Santa. He gains weight, he grows a beard, and children start coming up to him talking about the Christmas presents they want. And it's all fun and games until Scott's son starts to just overly believe and be very vocal about his dad being Santa. And it gets to the point where his mum and new husband are really worried about him because they don't believe that Scott is Santa. And it's just a magical, fun movie. And then obviously the second movie is about Scott having to find a wife, or otherwise he will no longer be Santa. And the third one is about mischievous Jack Frost trying to convince Santa Claus to stop being Santa so that he can become Santa, and all madness ensues when that does happen. I just love this trilogy so much. I highly recommend it, especially the first one. It's just full of 90s goodness. The next one is part of, I'm going to say, a duology, even though there are 4 movies in the series, and that is the Home Alone, the first 2 Home Alone movies. There are actually 4 Home Alone movies, but the second 2 are in no relation to the first 2. They are just, we're not even going to go there. I don't even think that the last 2 exist, but we're going to go with the first 2. Home Alone is a movie that I will watch any time of the year. It doesn't matter if it's Christmas or if it's not Christmas, I just watch it. I love it so much. I've loved it so much since I was a kid. I always used to love watching it when it came on TV. I would always make sure that I would be sitting there watching it because it was just so fun and funny, and I love it so much. For those of you who don't know, if you have been living under a rock since this movie came out in like 1990, maybe, it's 90s goodness right here. Yeah, 1990. This is 25 years old. Wow. Anyway, for those of you who have been living under a rock for these past 25 years, the first 2 movies anyway are about this boy named Kevin McAllister, who in the first movie, his family, his immediate family, and then his aunt, uncle and cousins, they are all going over to Paris for Christmas to spend time with their other family. and it is the night before, and the house is in madness, and Kevin just really hates on his family and ends up getting in trouble and is sent to bed early up in the attic. During the night, a tree comes down on a power line and cuts the power to the house, and their alarms don't go off the next morning. They wake up late, they have to rush around trying to pack every last minute object and get in their cars and get to the airport before they miss their flight. What they don't realise until halfway across the Atlantic and a few hours into their flight is that Kevin is still at home in the attic. Kevin wakes up and believes that he has made his family disappear because his wish was that he would get a new family. And he has a right old time being the man of the house. However, there are these two robbers, Harry and Marv, known as the Wet Bandits, who have been staking out the neighbourhood looking for the houses where families are going away for a couple of days, and they're going to rob places. And they set their sights on the McAllister house, and they have to fight their way in because Kevin ends up setting a hilarious number of booby traps to stop them from stealing his stuff. He is 8 years old in the first movie, and the traps that he comes up with are absolutely amazing. I love them. It is so funny. In the second movie, a very similar thing happens. They're going to Florida for Christmas, and Kevin accidentally gets on the wrong plane and ends up in New York, and again has to fight off the Wet Bandits. It is fun. I love this. Definitely, if you have never watched Home Alone, firstly, what have you been doing for your entire life? And secondly, make sure you watch it this Christmas. It is definitely on top of my list, one of my all-time favourite Christmas movies. I feel like I'm going to watch it when I finish this video. I might. The third movie is A Christmas Carol, and this one is starring Jim Carrey as the voice of Scrooge. Yeah, he's playing Scrooge. This is Disney's most recent version of A Christmas Carol, and I really love this one. There are several hundred, I feel like, different versions of A Christmas Carol, but I really enjoy this one. I haven't read A Christmas Carol yet. I'm planning to the week of Christmas, and then I'll watch this. But I do know the gist of the story, and I feel like this one definitely feels really true to the original story, even though, again, I haven't read it. But just the setting that it has, and it's just, I really enjoy it. It's just a really good adaptation, I feel. Again, even though I haven't read the books, but it just has that Christmassy feel about it, and that, I'm pretty sure it's Victorian. Is that when the book was set? I feel like it. I don't know. I just really enjoy it, and I love how the Ghosts of Christmas Past have been shown in this form. It's just really enjoyable. I feel like everyone knows what A Christmas Carol is, but I'm going to explain anyway. I'm just going to read. So everyone knows what A Christmas Carol is about, but I'm just going to read you guys the back of this because I feel like it just explains it really nicely. When three ghosts take penny-pinching Scrooge on an eye-opening journey, he discovers the true meaning of Christmas. Yeah, I just love this movie, and I'm actually really keen to watch this after I read the book. It should be really enjoyable. The next movie is How the Grinch Stole Christmas. This one, again, is starring Jim Carrey. I am really keen to also watch I think it's the 1966 cartoon version, which I am currently waiting for to arrive in the mail. Very excited for that one, but I love The Grinch. I love the story of The Grinch. I have just read the original story. I've never read it before. I just love the story of The Grinch, and I love this adaptation. I know a lot of people have a lot of issues with this adaptation, but I love it. I just think it's really fun, and I just love how they brought Dr. Seuss's creation to life. I love how they made Whoville and the Who's. It's just a really beautiful adaptation, and I love it so much. It's just so funny. Again, The Grinch is a movie I watch any time of the year, even though it is very Christmassy. I just really love it. If you don't know what The Grinch is about, because if you have been living under a rock since the book came out in, I think it was 57, this is about this Grinch who has a heart 2 sizes too small, and he hates everything about Christmas. And one day he decides on Christmas Eve that he is going to steal Christmas. He goes down to Whoville and steals the Christmas trees, the decorations, the food, the presents, everything. And he realizes the next morning, and as he is about to get rid of all of Christmas down a hill, he hears all the Who's down in Whoville singing well, in the original book he hears them singing and realizes that Christmas comes even without all of the presents and the trimmings and all that, because Christmas is about more than the materialistic items. It's just a really beautiful story, it has a really great message, and I love this adaptation. Finally, the last of my top 5 favourite Christmas movies is Love Actually, starring a plethora of amazing British actors, and if I can find it, who have we got? We have Alan Rickman, Bill Nye, Colin Firth, Emma Thompson, Hugh Grant, Laura Linney, Liam Neeson, Martine McCutcheon, Rowan Atkinson, Keira Knightley. There are just so many people in this movie. It is amazing. I love Love Actually. It is again one of my favorite all-time, my favorite all-time movie. I think it's up there with Home Alone. It's another movie that I will watch any time of the year. I love it. I love how all of the characters and the storylines are woven together, how they have some sort of connection to the other stories. I really enjoy that, because from the offset you just think it is like however many 10, I don't know, random love stories, but then you find out that somehow one person is related to another person in another story, or they work together, or it's just, I love how it was all woven together to make a nice cohesive movie. I love that. It does show all different types of love. I know it has lots of criticisms because it doesn't show LGBTQ plus elements in it, but let's not go there. I still really enjoy it. I love all the relationships and how it's different stages of relationships, and I love it so much, and it has so many of my favourite British actors in it. It's just, again, it is a good adult Christmas movie. It's just really enjoyable, and whenever I watch it I always end up singing the song that Bill Nye sings in this, which is Christmas is All Around, or Love is All Around, both versions. It's just great. I highly recommend it. So these are my top 5 Christmas movies, and I am planning on watching all of these along with the rest of them this Christmas. Like I said, I'm going to start maybe on Sunday, which is, if you guys are watching on Saturday when this goes up, that'll be tomorrow. I hope to be watching it on Sunday. I hope to start watching some of them. I have to start soon, otherwise it's going to be Christmas and I will not have watched any of them. I love them so much. I love Christmas so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below what some of your favourite Christmas movies are, and what sort of movies you guys are planning on watching for Christmas. Other than that, make sure you go follow me on my various social media accounts. All the links will be in the description below. Otherwise, I will see you guys on Wednesday for Top 5 Wednesday. Or you will also see me on Monday with a book review of this amazing book right here. Oh, I'll see you guys then anyway. Bye!